Welcome to the BRS Election Procedures training. This training is intended to provide a quick look at how elections work in the Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen. This portion of the training focuses on local elections. In every local, there are up to 11 officer and committee positions that are elected. The officers of a local lodge are the local president, first local vice president, second local vice president, local recording secretary, local financial secretary, which can be combined, and the local board of trustees consisting of at least 3 members. The other electable positions are the local chairman, local grievance committee members, and convention delegates. Nominations and elections. When do they actually occur?
No one told me we were having nominations.
How am I supposed to know when there's an election?
I didn't know about any of this.
Article 2, Section 15 of the BRS Constitution provides that the regular triennial nomination and election of officers of local lodges and local grievance committees shall be held between January 1st and October 15th of the election year.
Does the union have to notify me when there are nominations and elections?
Yes. Article 2, Section 15 mandates that nominations for local lodge officers shall be made at any regular or special meeting of the local, provided at least 30 days written notice must be given each member by the local recording secretary, advising him that the nomination for local lodge officers will take place at that meeting. Section 15 also mandates that the elections for local lodge officers will take place at any regular or special meeting of the local, a quorum not being required, provided at least 30 days written notice is mailed to each member at the member's last known home address, advising him that the election will take place at the meeting.
Can anyone run for these positions?
I heard you have to have 10 years to run for office.
The railroad said I can't run.
Article 2, Section 11 provides that any member who has not retired, who, at the time of his nomination, has been in continuous good standing for the entire past year, and has actually worked under a Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen agreement for at least 1 year, shall be eligible to serve as an officer of a local lodge.
What if I can't make the meeting?
Can someone vote in my place?
Can people in my gang vote in my local?
If you are a member in good standing of the local in which the election is taking place, you are eligible to vote. Article 1, Section 168 provides that members shall be entitled to enjoy all rights, benefits, privileges, and protections as provided for by this Constitution, the bylaws of the local lodges of which they are members, and such usages, customs, and courtesies as have become part of the Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen activities.
Heard that you can't nominate anyone if you miss a meeting.
Not true. Article 2, Section 15 provides that any member who cannot attend the meeting may nominate the candidates of his choice for local lodge officers by writing the local recording secretary of his local lodge and advising him of the name of his choice for nominees.
I have to work the day of the union meeting. Can I still vote?
Yes. Article 2, Section 15 also mandates that if a member cannot be present at the election meeting, he may request the local recording secretary to furnish him an official election ballot, which will list the names of all nominees for local lodge officers and the date by which it must be returned.
What is a convention delegate?
A convention delegate represents your local lodge at the BRS convention held every 4 years. Article 1, Section 99 of the BRS Constitution provides that each local lodge in good standing on January 1st of the convention year shall be entitled to be represented at any convention.
Is it really worth the money to send anyone to convention?
Absolutely. As a convention delegate, you are part of the sovereign body of the BRS and are tasked with several vital roles. Convention delegates elect national officers, review and make amendments to the BRS Constitution, debate and vote on policy and resolutions, and set the course to best represent BRS members for the next 4 years. Now, let's talk about general committee elections. On a general committee, there are different officers that are elected. Each general committee has a general chairman, a general secretary-treasurer. These positions can be combined if provided for in the general committee bylaws, at least one assistant or vice general chairman, and a general board of trustees. Per the BRS Constitution, elections for these positions take place every 4 years at the general committee meeting.
Can anyone run for general chairman?
Article 3, Section 12 describes the eligibility for general committee officers, stating that any general committee officer and any local chairman who has been in good standing for the past 2 years, who maintains an employment relationship on a position covered by a Brotherhood of Railroad Signalman agreement, and is not an officer of another labor organization, shall be eligible to serve as general chairman, assistant or vice general chairman, general secretary-treasurer, or general trustee.
Who gets to vote for general committee officers?
The local chairman votes in general committee elections. Article 3, Sections 1 and 3 provide that each local lodge shall have one or more local grievance committees consisting of at least 3 members. The chairman of each local grievance committee, or the local chairman, shall represent the seniority district or territory on the general committee that has jurisdiction over the system of railroad on which his local lodge is located.
How does voting work at the general committee level?
The officers of the general committee must be elected by secret ballot, except where a candidate for office is unopposed.
Do nominations and elections occur at separate meetings?
Generally, no. Article 3, Section 10 mandates that where a majority of the members of the general committee so indicate, or where the general committee bylaws so provide, the nomination and election of officers of the general committee shall be held at a regular meeting after the officers and members have been given 30 days advance written notice advising that nomination and election will be held at that meeting.
Can the local chairman vote if he is unable to make the meeting?
No. Article 3, Section 10 also provides that write-in votes and voting by proxy shall not be permitted. Lastly, national elections for Grand Lodge officers. At Grand Lodge, there are 8 officers' positions and a Grand Board of Trustees. The positions are President, Secretary-Treasurer, Vice President Headquarters, Vice President NRAB, Vice President West, Vice President Commuter Passenger, Vice President East, Vice President Midwest, and a 3-member Grand Board of Trustees. These positions serve a term of 4 years.
Can anyone run for a Grand Lodge office?
No. Article 1, Section 16 describes the eligibility for Grand Lodge officers, stating that only a member who has been in continuous good standing, both with Grand Lodge and a local lodge, for at least 2 years immediately preceding the convention, shall be eligible to election as a Grand Lodge officer.
Can you be a Grand Lodge officer and general committee officer?
In most cases, no. Article 1, Section 17 states, no officer shall hold more than one elected position, either in Grand Lodge or in Grand Lodge and a local lodge or general committee at the same time. However, this shall not prevent officers of a local lodge or general committee from serving on the Grand Board of Trustees.
When do nominations and elections occur for Grand Lodge officers?
Per Article 1, Section 18, Grand Lodge officers shall be elected at each regular convention. The election shall be the first order of new business.
What happens if there's a vacancy in a Grand Lodge officer's position?
If a vacancy occurs in a Grand Lodge officer position, Article 1, Section 32 notes that Grand Lodge shall immediately convene the Grand Executive Council and the General Chairman, which shall, by a majority vote, secret ballot, elect a successor to fill the unexpired term. For more information about the Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen, like us on Facebook or check out our website at www.brs.org.